So I just recently heard this super interesting idea of why you should actually be motivated to become as successfully wealthy as possible, to have as much money as possible. And it's not for the idea that you think of, right? To be buying all this materialistic stuff, to make yourself feel good by buying all this stuff that won't even hold any value or meaning in, a couple of years from now. But it's actually so you can understand how the true state of the world truly works. And I was like, damn, bro. I was listening to this. It was this guy saying how you need to become either rich or homeless, because both the rich and homeless, they both understand how the world truly works. But it's always people that are in middle class that think that they act like they know some stuff when they really don't. And I had to think about this, bro, and I'm like, not only does this make 100% sense, but it's like, just think about it, bro. Who are the most closed-minded individuals in today's society? It's always middle class people. Who are the biggest copers of today's society, right? Who are the people that are always being shown the truth right in front of their face, but they're not willing to accept it because all they know how to do is cope? Middle class people. Like, who are the people that think that your vote matters, right? Who are the people that think that you have a say-so in common day politics, right? Middle class people. People that arrogantly think that they know how stuff in the world works when they really don't. They don't even know. They just know the tip of the iceberg. Hell, they don't even know what the tip of the iceberg is either. And if you really decide to think about it, right? Middle class people are the reason why society is the way that it is, right? And it's not all middle class people, of course not. There are some people that are actually conscious and aware of what's going on within the world, but it's like enough people to say that it's like mostly middle class people. And this whole idea in general is called the high-low theory. And it's this idea that a homeless individual understands the current state of the world just as much as a rich person does. They both understand how reality truly works, how life truly works. But middle class people, they arrogantly think they do, but they really don't. And it's even crazier when you think about it, because if you go on TikTok, right, I've seen some TikToks of some homeless people that I'll show you one right now, right? Some TikToks of homeless individuals giving absolute game, right? It's like they know all this stuff. They know how the world truly works. They understand the true meaning of politics and all this stuff. But it's like, unfortunately, they don't have the capability to do anything about it just because of the fact that they don't have any more money, right? They don't have money. But to a certain extent, they have a lot more free will than the average person actually does. But the same exact thing applies with millionaires, people that are rich. It's like they understand the true meaning of the current day politics that we have within today's society and world. They understand, they can see through all of the BS, while the average day middle class person just simply cannot. And it's not their fault, but because of the fact that they don't have the wealth to be able to understand, they're not wealthy, or they're not homeless, so they'll never have the capability to understand how the world truly works. They haven't seen this stuff for themselves, right? And as much as I've heard some homeless people talk some game, the same exact thing applies with millionaires. It's just that they have a lot more financial freedom and capability to just do whatever they want. They have the ability to just hire all these lawyers and all these people. Essentially, they have the financial capability to do what they want without them having to be shut down by public authority. If you know, you know. So this is what I'm saying, right? We all need to be motivated to either become rich or homeless. Now, obviously rich, because I don't want anybody to have to be in a position where they're financially struggling and they have to live like a bum. But it's so that we can all understand how life truly works, right? Because at this point, talk is meaningless. People are just simply arrogant. You'll show them the truth in their face and they simply won't accept it. And listen, bro, trust me, the M3 comp is cool. The mansion is cool. The $50,000 watch, Rolex, is cool. But it shouldn't be about that. It should be so that you can actually understand the current events in the world. Truly, you could see through all the BS. You could see through the lies. You will be able to truly understand how life actually works once you either decide to become rich or homeless, obviously being rich, right? And this is the idea of the high-low theory, right? It's this idea that homeless people and rich people, they're pretty much the same, because they both understand. They see through the corruption, they see through the lies, and they also see through the BS that a lot of people are not willing to see and understand for themselves. It's like people, we have two eyes, but we simply cannot see. It's crazy. It's just embarrassing, bro. And it's even crazier once you understand and realize how this stuff happens in broad daylight. Like, it's not no secret conspiracy theories. Matter of fact, the idea of conspiracy theorists themselves is just absolutely retarded, bro. Like, that's just cope. People that are quote-unquote conspiracy theorists are just simply people that have the capability to question things, are just naturally curious. We should all be naturally curious and question things that simply do not resonate and align with who we are as people. But because they decided to make curiosity look like a bad thing, all of a sudden they want to label these people that are actually curious. They have the capability to ask questions that don't actually align and resonate with them. They have the balls to, as quote-unquote conspiracy theorists, which we also know is a whole bunch of BS, right? But yeah, y'all, so I heard this idea from someone on Twitter, a bald guy on Twitter. If you know, you know. But bro, when I heard this, you have no idea how interesting I found it. It was like a 15-minute video. I watched it all, right? No pauses, no nothing, because I never even thought about shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, it was just so interesting. I'm like, dang, bro. Like, not only is this 100% true, but it's like, it's just so interesting hearing all these different opinions and perspectives on life. And this is one of them, right? But yeah, y'all, so let me know what y'all think down below in the comments of this whole idea of the high-low theory. But I'm going to go ahead and end the video off that. I hope you enjoyed, and that's King Wellness, and I'm out.